What if you got a black Trans Am? You put a cowboy hat, are they going to steal your car too because you're trying to impersonate Burt Reynolds or some bull crap like that? So I bring that now to what happened to B is for Build about him building that Mustang. So why are you smacking down this poor dude in America somewhere that's just trying to build a car that he loves? He makes money off of YouTube, so he's making money off that. That is a great topic to bring up, and one that has been brought up by very high-powered lawyers with the FAA. Yes! What's up, people? Well, something has recently happened that I think strikes right at the heart of the car enthusiast culture, especially in America and all over the world. And that is the guy from B is for Build getting basically bitch slapped over him building a Mustang. Now, the B is for Build guy is just a guy. And he was building like a tribute or an emulation car. And he was inspired by the Mustang from the Gone in 60 Seconds movies named Eleanor, as so many people around America have been. And so this build was going on, and I caught some of it. I was watching it and thought that was really cool. And then all of a sudden, all of his videos disappeared, and of course, he did a statement relating to it. But basically, there was legal action came at him. He had to take down all his videos, and apparently, he lost the car. Like, it was seized or taken. And he doesn't comment exactly on what it was or why, but it's scary, one, because there is no normal precedence in the world for where is something like that kosher. And I'll give you an example. So this guy was building something that inspired him. He called it the Eleanor, which is the name of Mustang that was in the Gone in 60 Seconds movie. Okay, whatever. The guy was inspired by it, but it's still just like a 67 fastback bodied Mustang. There's zillions of those things running around. And there's plenty of people out there in the world who have painted their car like the one in the movie and probably put the same front end and stuff on it. But the question begs is, if an individual builds something like that for fun, should they get legal action taken against them? Or are they just a person building something? So let's throw a bunch of questions and things out there. So if a kid makes home makes an Iron Man costume for Halloween, is that the same thing? Is that like kid and their parents going to get sued because they homemade a costume that looks like something from a movie, even if they're not selling it or doing anything? Because that's kind of the exact same thing that happened to B is for Build. I don't believe he was building these to sell with the objective. I don't think the guy was building it with the objective to try to make money on it. I think he was just doing it because he wanted to. And he was putting it on YouTube because that's his life. That's what his channel is. He builds stuff. Now, you may say, well, Casey, it has to do with that character. You can't do that. And he makes money off of YouTube, so he's making money off that. That is a great topic to bring up, and one that has been brought up by very high-powered lawyers with the FAA. Yes! Airplanes. Don't mess with the FAA. We've all learned that if you do anything with airplanes. Now, there's some really cool dudes out there. The one in particular I can think of is Tucker Gott. He's got way over 1 million subscribers, and he's a dude that flies paramotors. Like, they've got the flexible, steerable, cool parachute wing, and they have the big fan on their back powered by a 2-stroke engine. And he has an awesome channel about his life. And he loves to adventure and be a sportsman with these, paramotors. Now, the thing about it is, there's all kinds of internet trolls out there that like to report him to the FAA, even though they know jack squat about FAR-AIM regulations. They're just being a pain in the butt. In fact, the guy, tongue-in-cheek, made t-shirts that says, please do not report Tucker Gott to the FAA. And he ends up having to talk to the FAA people, and they're really nice to him, and they work through it, because the FAA knows that this guy is a great ambassador for aviation. And he's doing things generally really well. Now, how I'm going to relate this to the B is for Build guy, was he making money off of doing the Eleanor build because he has a YouTube thing? I say no. And so does the FAA. And here's why. So the dudes that fly paramotors are flying under the aviation regulations, unless I'm completely mistaken, but I don't think I am, that relate to ultralight aircraft. These are aircraft that don't have to be registered typically with an N number. You don't actually have to have a license. They can only fly in certain kinds of airspace and certain conditions that relate to daylight and all that. And they're very constrained. But basically the FAA is like, look, man, just go out there and don't hurt anybody else. But if you kill yourself in a field, we're not that worried. I mean, that's not really what it is, but you guys get my drift. Now, I bring that up because ultralight aircraft, you are not able to hire them as like commercial. Like you can't make money for flying them. Like you can't tow banners and get paid to do that. And you can't put a second person in it because true ultralight aircraft is just a single person, like a pilot. That's it. That's how it works. So Tucker, in watching one of his videos, said that the FAA once reached out to him and they were looking into, is it okay if he has a YouTube channel about him flying and makes YouTube revenue because he's flying ultralight aircraft? And trust me, the FAA is going to look in all those details. And they ended up ruling in his favor that, in fact, his YouTube channel is just about his life and loving aviation and flying and doing the adventure stuff that he does. And the paramotor thing is just what he does. It's not commercial. There's a separation. So I bring that now to what happened to B is for Build about him building that Mustang and like calling an Eleanor or whatever, even though it's not even a replica of what was in the movie. It's not. It just kind of looks like it. So he calls it that and got like legal action taken about against him because it was supposed to be a character. Is it just because he called it that? I mean, the guy wasn't trying to build a business and build these things. So why are you smacking down this poor dude in America somewhere that's just trying to build a car that he loves? I mean, that's what so many thousands and hundreds and just like car people all over the world have done. Like, here's a short list the students were coming up with. There's tons of Herbie the Love, Bug Beetles painted out there that people are driving around. Are they getting sued by Disney? Because like this old couple decided to have a white Beetle and put a stripe on it and call it Herbie for fun? What about all the guys out there that have painted their Mustang green and call it a Bullitt Mustang because they like Steve McQueen? What about all the dudes with a DeLorean that have made it look like Back to the Future? One time, like what if they make something that looks like a flux capacitor? Are they going to get in trouble? It's just like the kid with making their own Iron Man costume. Like, where does it end? If you just do this for fun because you love it and you were inspired by culture and media and the car community, where does it end? So a Blues Brother car is a Christine replica. What if you want to build like a DB5 Aston Martin with like machine guns in it? Are you going to get in trouble from James Bond? A Ghostbusters Cadillac, a Knight Rider kit, Trans Am, a General Lee, you got a 69 Dodge Charger that's painted orange. Are they going to take your car because you grew up in the 80s watching the show and you thought that was cool? I mean, what if you got a black Trans Am? You put a cowboy hat, are they going to steal your car too because you're trying to impersonate Burt Reynolds or some bull crap like that? Like, it's scary and it's weird because normal people out there that are car people do it because we love it. That's the culture. And that's why these movies mattered. Because it's a love for the car community and the culture. And the reason the movies were able to make money is because all the people out there that cared. So what happens when people that relate to that just like drop the hammer on this poor dude that's just building a car because he was inspired? The B is for Build guy. They crush him. But you know what else? They crush all car people out there. All of them. I think fastback Mustangs are cool from back then. I kind of think the car from the movie looked pretty good, And sometimes I thought, hey, maybe that'd be fun to drive. And I enjoyed watching that movie when it was out. But not anymore. I don't ever want to see that movie again. I don't care. And I ask myself, how would any car community people out there ever think that? Like if your whole love was like you loved a certain car and you thought that was so cool, you wanted to paint your car the same as when it was in a movie, and you accidentally put an Instagram picture up and you and your wife call it something, they're going to take your car? They're going to take legal action against you and push you down? Does that make sense for a brand, for a movie? Because already, I don't ever want to see that movie again. I don't care. Any interest or love or fun I saw from that is gone. Because I saw a fellow car guy, a fellow builder, the B is for Build dude, get smacked around. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a car guy. I teach kids. I build cars because I think they're cool. And I get inspired like everybody else from awesome movies, Grand Prix, Le Mans, Rush. The scene from Bullitt where Steve McQueen's ripping through San Francisco. I mean, this is stuff we love. I mean, how many quotes can we do of movies like Back to the Future or Top Gun? But that's crazy. When I got to go fly with the Thunderbirds, I know that's Air Force, not Navy, but when I got to go fly with them, if I suddenly used a catchphrase like, I feel the need for speed, like, is my video going to get shut down because we like the movie? I don't know. I don't know, but I think it's scary, and I don't think that's fair personally. But I guess the biggest question you have to ask yourself with the B is for Bill dude and whatever happened with him was, yeah, like maybe they can find the sharky lawyers and bully the guy around and push it around. I don't know what happened. I'm not saying that's what happened, but maybe they can do that, and it's maybe like in their short-term best interest. But when the car guys community and car world knows that some guy got pushed around so hard, is that the best thing for the brand of the movie in the future? Because it had an effect on me. And I suddenly don't care about Mustangs of that movie. Feel bad for the B is for Bill dude. But I don't know, it's crazy out there. And it's sad and it's scary. Like, can't the dude just build a car because he likes it? I mean, I don't, you hear stories about like Ferrari going after people. Like the Dead Mouse did his Ferrari, and that was kind of like tarnishing the brand because he was so big. And I get that. So I guess they sent him a cease and desist to like, hey man, don't screw with our badges and maybe try to be a little more tasteful with your car. And people don't like that, but this B is for Build thing is a whole new level. It's just a whole new level. And so I just got to ask myself, where's the line? Like, I don't think that guy was trying to build a business selling them. So anyway, I guess I just end this with, it's a shame. I suddenly don't like that movie anymore. And I feel really bad for that guy. And I feel bad for the car community and kind of scared too. Because like, I thought it would be cool one day to make a car for me to drive around for fun that looks like the Speed Racer car. But, can you do that? Is everybody out there that's got like a Knight Rider kit or a General Lee, is everybody else out there scared because they want to build their dream to enjoy? I mean, that's pretty dull. Or is it time for all of us car people to start a new renaissance? Forget the past, forget media, forget movies, and we just build our own cars. I think that could be cool. So, hey, B is for Build. Dude, reach out to me sometime. I know you got another build coming up, and I'm dropping you guys a teaser. Come July, I'm going to start my most epic build ever. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's fun for us to do like a build off with what you got coming up next and what I got going on. But hey, man, hang in there. Better days are ahead. The car community, we all got your back. And we're just sad that whole thing happened. So I hope we learn, but I don't know if there's really something to learn from this other than the human race can really suck sometimes. But I hope you guys are inspired to go out and build your own things. But we live in a funny world, so, just look out around there. But make the best decisions, and hopefully we'll be okay in the end. See you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and naturally that you will subscribe, but please click that bell so I can continue to bring you wholesome and entertaining automotive content. Also, a huge thanks to Avalon King ceramic coating. They're supporting this channel and making this all possible. But more importantly, I'm looking forward to using it on all of my vehicles, including my old dirt bike. Ceramic coating bonds directly to the surface of your paint, trim, and plastics to give a long-lasting shine that beats all waxes. It lasts for years and it's easy to maintain. I've got it on my Viper right now, and my car has never looked this good. So give them a try. Again, thanks for watching, and I look forward to see you next time.